In episode 3, I told you that I found purpose. Well, allow me to explain that. In my life, everything, every situation, almost every person is connected. I don't believe any of this to be a coincidence. Let's rewind back to the past a bit. Before I was the Devin that you know today. Before I even knew the Dunbar family. Before I started doing work with my business partner, George. This was before I met one of the best trainers that I know. Even before I met the Warren brothers. At the time, I didn't even own a camera. Nobody knew, but I was completely lost in this world. All I could remember was an empty feeling, like a black hole or something. I felt like basketball betrayed me. It felt like I deserved more than what I had, but would never get it. And there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. It was my junior year in college. My counselor accidentally switched my major to something I didn't want to do. Multimedia, which is what all athletes took to get an easy A. In most people's eyes, I was just another dumb athlete. I wanted to make them look dumb, so I started working at it. The first time I presented my video to class, I found out that I never loved playing basketball. All of the playoff games, the state championship, the tough matchups, I'd never been nervous until that point. The first time I felt butterflies in my stomach. I actually thought I was gonna die because my heart was beating so hard. It was a feeling that I honestly never felt before. Fast forward 1 month, I started going to the computer labs literally every day. I had no life. I don't think I had a girlfriend. Far from home, so I rarely saw family. But I did have that lab. That lab was consistent. And I taught myself a new trick every day. One day at this gym, some Chinese kid asked me to work him out. Which was funny because at the time, I hated basketball and I had never trained a day before in my life. All I had was a broken down body, leftover bounce, average handles, and a whole lot of moves. But I gave it a shot anyways. We worked out, he got a little better. Next week he asked could his little brother come, his brother came, he got better. One day I got the idea to make a video about the progress and maybe use it for class. So I did. But I didn't have a hard drive, so I saved the video on YouTube. That video turned into a series. You know that series is 10,000 hours. And so our journey began to 10,000 hours. But as their trainer, I had no clue where to start. So I started watching Hoop in the lab, and I came up with my own drills. I'll be here all night with no sleep, watching basketball and learning how to edit. I could have gotten in a lot of trouble, but I risked it all for them. We go to the gym and work on what I watched. I didn't even realize it. I was putting in my own 10,000 hours. Basketball training and video editing. The perfect combination. I worked so hard to help them out, and on the way I found my purpose. Look what it led to though. 10,000 hours went viral. I motivated people across the world, and it led to more series, all for free. Nobody knew that though. That gym became sacred to us. They come straight out of practice, right into a 3-hour workout. But it gets deeper than that though. The better that we did, and the harder that we worked, seemed like more people didn't want to help us out. I can't train players at the school gym that I graduated from. Sometimes you get held in a bad light when you're trying to do good. But that's karma though. This is coming from a dude who used to break into gyms. I started learning how to point the finger at myself though. But sometimes when you shut a door, another one opens up. More people help me out now. Nobody knew that part though. Not everyone believes in your dream, but there will be someone. You gotta find that person. One thing that I found out, nobody is self-made. You wouldn't know about me without them, nor would you know about them if it wasn't for me. This may sound corny, but teamwork really makes a dream work. Trying to do everything by yourself, it's pretty much suicidal. It took for one lady to take a chance on me, and if I work hard, she gives me as much help as possible so I can master what I need to master. She was the key to unlocking what I have today, and I'm forever in her debt. She doesn't even know it.
We had an intervention with Devin Williams. He was a great athlete on the basketball court. In the classroom, one day, Director Jamie Williams, athletic director, coach, basketball coach, myself, had a meeting with Devin and said, hey guy, it's not happening in the classroom. That day, Devin Williams looked at each and every one of us and said, I am going to make a change. I am committed. I will make sure I will get my work done and I'll be on time. And he did. One of Devin's passions, production, editing in particular. He just got glued to editing. Couldn't get enough. He would say many times to any one of us, I need to edit some more. Can I get into the edit room? It'd be 8 o'clock at night. He said, sure, take you in the edit room. Well, many times I left at 9 or 10 o'clock. I know he was still there. I am sure he was there overnight. I'm sure he was there to midnight, and I'm sure he slept in the edit rooms. But he delivered his projects, and they were fabulous.
I guess like a few years ago, I asked myself, if I die right now, what would people remember me for? And would it be like something like he was a good guy, or was he was a good basketball player, or whatever the case may be? And just like they said with everybody else, and the answer that I came up with, I wasn't really happy with it, so I wanted to be known for more than that. So what I started doing, I started coming to the lab, during all the summers. For 2 summers straight, I was just in here all the time, putting in work, trying to learn something new. I would be in this booth all night, learning tutorials. I was on video tutorials like editing and basketball tutorials, just trying to learn something new every day. And what I would have to do, because I'd be here all night. I'll go to Walgreens, I get something to eat, I get something to drink, and I get like a bucket, because I couldn't come out of here. I had to stay here, I had to pee in that bucket. And I couldn't come out the room because I knew where all the cameras are. I knew everybody's schedule. I knew everything. I knew what time the building closed. I knew the janitor's schedule, and I knew all that just so I wouldn't get in trouble. And I just be in here all night learning. And it started paying off. What happened is I started doing like club videos and all kind of Nike type commercials from my school, and it started turning into something. And then when I got hold of the basketball thing, then it really started taking off. But my schedule was pretty consistent. I would learn, I would be here all night, And then before you know it, morning would come, then I go to summer school, then I go right to a workout, and then I'll be right back to the same old thing, right back here, just learning in the lab. And I was doing that for 2 summers straight. A lot of people think I've been doing this video editing for a long time. I really haven't. I just learned real quick, and I was just motivated enough to teach myself something, because I started realizing with this basketball thing, I don't know how long I'm gonna last, but I do know in my brain I'll outlast it. So I wanted to really start educating myself and start finding the craft. And through all that stuff that happened, I started finding purpose. And I found it right in this booth right here. It's another room down the hall. It's an actual computer lab where I would spend some time too. But I found out that they had a camera in the computer lab, so I couldn't really stay in there all night. I'd be there during the day. Then at night I would come here. And the thing about it, the message that I'm trying to portray, like, I don't really want people to say, well, in 10,000 hours they were breaking into places and doing all this other stuff, so why can't I do it? I don't want to like put out that type of message. My thing is, if you really want to do something, you're gonna find a way. And it takes time to do all this type of stuff to really start getting really good and perfecting like your craft and become a professional at what you do. It takes time. So that's one thing that I really wanted to make sure I did. I put in a lot of time. I met a lot of people. I shook a lot of hands, and I did what I had to do. But yeah, this is I'm gonna show you it was all kind of like microphones and soundboards and all kind of stuff that I needed. And like, I had a lot of support at the not with the athletics, I had more support with my actual multimedia department, and they really took care of me as far as hey, if you need this, I got you. And I'm forever in their debt, man, seriously, because without them I wouldn't have had a lot of this stuff. So I wouldn't have what I have today. You wouldn't even know about 10,000 hours. So just thankful for everything. But for the things you really work hard at, if you work smart with it at the same time, I believe from my experiences that you can do something really big. One of the biggest mistakes that I made as a basketball trainer is I was really trying to turn Kyle and Maddie into like one-on-one players, ISO players, just kind of like how the NBA plays. And that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made, starting off. As I started getting better, I started studying basketball a little bit more, started realizing that I have to make Maddie more of like a systematic player, a guy who can pick his spots really well, because he's not built to be an ISO player all the time. He has to be able to sneak that in sometimes. You have to be more crafty than more like a takeover dude. So my thing was, let's just really get you a dominant jumper, like to where you really don't miss, pull up, catch and shoot, swing, man, be able to swing the ball really well, run an offense, be able to talk to people, be able to communicate properly. So that's what we really started doing. A lot of people are asking, like, what is Matt doing right now? He goes to he goes to JC. He's not playing. He could have played this year. We came to the agreement. It was both of us. It wasn't just like it was my decision. Being that he's his size, like, it wouldn't be the smartest thing to like really like, obviously you want to go to the NBA. Everybody wants to go to the NBA. Everybody wants to get paid to play. But at his size, though, it's not smart. The smartest thing to do would be for him to get his education and work hard at basketball at the same time. So I wanted him to sit out this year. He kind of agreed with it, talked to his parents about it, whatever the case may be, and we all agreed on it. He's really trying to focus on what he's going to do this year, because like I said, I'm all for basketball, but one thing I hate is a dumb athlete. I can't stand it. I won't train you if you're making bad grades or whatever. So that's one thing that we really been trying to focus on. Anything that he needs, if I can help him with it, if he wants to get anything with cameras or anything like that, then I'm going to help him with it. But in the meantime, all year we're going to be working out. Like I said, he could have played this year. He could have played with somebody else. I could have tried to help him get into a college, but it's really not worth it, because at the end of the day, like, think about like Rose or a lot of these other players that are really so talented, but they just get hurt. The chances of making it in basketball are really hard nowadays. And the game is so fast, the chance of getting hurt, they increase by that much. So that's kind of where I'm with. I'm at with Matt. So we're just gonna try to work with what we got, and then next year He's like Matt's really a systematic guy. Like, we're trying to make him into a systematic. So I try to structure my workouts to a game situation, especially with him. Every workout I have with everybody is different. So with him, I'm trying to make him just a guy who will swing the ball. He can attack spots, kick out. If he's open, knock down every time. You know, take care of the ball, no turnovers. Don't have to be fancy or anything. Don't have to cross everybody over. I just want him to really pick his spots and knock shots down and not force anything. So.
Everyone asking, I'm out of JC at Foothill. It's a really good system, good coach, good players. Learning a lot about the fundamentals, defense. It's a lot of different change it's a big change from high school. It's a lot more system, a lot bigger players. You gotta play a lot smarter. And I think me sitting out the year just helped with watching, playing with them. I'm learning a lot, like mentality-wise. So I'm still working on my skill work with Dev. So that's all good. And then trying to figure out what I still want to do. I just thought about it yesterday. Like, might ask my brother for some help, advice. Ask like everybody I know, because I know they're always willing to help me. So that's basically it. Because I'm grade short, I'm only taking 2 classes, so that could be a lot of time to work on my other stuff, get stronger, put up a lot of shots and stuff. So yeah.
It kind of sucks because they're born naturally small. They have smaller bodies, so they just have to work harder, a lot harder than I would have to, because I can just do, I could do a little something and be set for a good week or so, but they have to like work out 3-4 times a week, and but it's good that they know how to work hard, because this will translate to a lot of things, like these pull-ups and whatever else they do, and they will lift with the team, and they do that, and then they take care of their bodies. Though I taught them how to do all that type of stuff because they wouldn't eat right, a lot of rice, white rice and all this other type of stuff, and they started eating a lot better, eating a lot more protein. They got protein shakes, a lot of vegetables and all that type of stuff. All this plays a part in being healthy and be able to come to the workout fresh and all that type of stuff, and sleeping right. So everything is just as important as the other, and they're really learning how to do that, and they'll be able to teach other people. And now I know how to teach other people through them. So it's kind of like a win-win situation, even if I don't know how far this basketball thing can go, but we're gonna work it to the wheels fall off. So, but at the same time, now we got a backup, or we're working on getting a backup plan as far as school. There's no point in wasting time in school. If you're gonna be in school, if you're gonna play basketball and be in school, you might as well take advantage of that, because you never know what can happen. So,
one thing about sitting out is I gotta make sure that I keep lifting. Foothill does a good job. We try to lift like 3 times a week, but sometimes we got games, so then it's up to me to really try and get stronger. So I would like to do little things, like maybe like after you buy a pull-up bar, do little pull-ups, do push-ups, try and do crunches every night, because you gotta have a strong core when you play. So because some people are like born naturally strong, but me, like my dad, he's like skinny, so like all my brothers are basically skinny, so we just have to like get strong. And then I actually started lifting like hard like last year, because Dev told us we needed to get a lot stronger, and I got it actually a lot stronger. I mean, I think I got a lot stronger, and I just need to learn how to use it in the court now, keep getting stronger.
One thing I don't mind admitting is Kyle and Maddie were my test subjects. I made a lot of mistakes with them. I learned from trial and error. One thing that I know for sure is I know how to teach a jumper. Ironically, I was never a shooter. I just picked it up in the lab. Now I can show players a lot of different things at all different positions. I'll train people for free until I learn how to train effectively. People think that's weird. It was a personal thing for me. I've treated my personal basketball training experience like school. Watching film, studying, taking notes, all of that stuff. I couldn't just jump into training pros without studying the game first. I know that there is no quick fix for getting better. It all comes with time. And anybody that tells you any different is lying. I guess it's around like 8 o'clock right now. Today we focusing on more of making Matty more of a system guy opposed to like him trying to break down everybody. Just want to focus on him getting in the spots, hitting jumpers, making the right pass, hitting the weak side when it's open, just making the right plays instead of like trying to make him into like some type of fancy player. So I'm forming this workout specifically just for him. It's going to vary for different players. So my goal is for him to get his education paid for. So I focus on the college basketball game. The more I started watching the games and noticing different things, it literally changed my whole entire workout. Matt and I have been at it for 2.5 years. It's been humbling having to start over. And I know he's running out of time, but better late than never. Matty is 5'7", maybe 5'6", and by no means is he super athletic. So I keep that in mind when we work out. I'm watching college games, and one thing that I noticed, the help defense has to help. If they don't, they're at a disadvantage. The more unselfish the teams were, the more that the ball moved. And what I kept noticing is that someone was always end up being open. I didn't understand this when I played, but now I do. The way for him to survive in college is to become a sniper. A sniper is patient. He waits for his opportunity. And when someone slips up, he takes his shot. It's actually a simple concept, and obviously easier said than done. But I believe my goals for him now are very much in reach. Catch and shoot for him, now that should be knocked down. Pull-up jumpers, those should be automatic. Step-back jumpers, those should be on balance. Pick and roll, that should make the game easy. Take care of the ball with no turnovers. Not having to take too many dribbles to get where you need to go. Getting the spots and passing with both hands. Learning how to throw a bounce pass and it being right on time. Now I can narrow things down and work out some more focused, purpose-driven, and now more effective. Lots of other things that I can do, but I'm not focused on that. One thing at a time, then on to the next. We got 1 year to do this, and I'm giving it all I have. It's a lot of places I can be, but you'll find me in the lab.
Seven letters.